it was all about this kind of flushed cheek. It's a little bit of an exaggerated cheek, which is, I think, really fun to kind of play with your cheeks in that way. Prepping the skin is so important. Moisturizing. We sprayed lots of the Caudalie and the Jurlique rose water. Then I did the stain. It's like a liquid stain from Vincent Longo. And I used the stain on the cheek, which always, I think stains always look really, really natural, which is really beautiful. And then you can go over it. If you maybe went a little bit too far, you can take, a tinted moisturizer and kind of tone it down a little bit. I think it's important to moisturize your skin well before you use the stain. Otherwise it's very hard to work with. I did a very subtle eye and a very subtle lip. So the eye was like a little bit of a smoky gray taupe on the upper and lower lash line. Mascara top and bottom. I kept the lip really soft. I combined kind of a pale nudie coral with this interesting kind of almost grayish color from Butter London called Lippy, and it's called Yummy Mummy. I think it was a kind of an interesting take on a pale lip.
The great thing about the clip-on bangs is it's not a commitment. You can experiment with having bangs cut into your hair without having bangs cut into your hair. They're made with real hair, so you can cut them yourself, you can change them, they're adaptable. You have to prep your own hair to get it as smooth as the bangs first. I think that's the real key. If you have natural movement in your hair or curl or anything, you want to blow it out with like a relaxing balm. So in this instance I would have used the Phyto de Frisson. After you flat ironed the hair, I would put a little bit of serum in, and again I went to the Phytology range and I went for the Phyto Lisse, and I just work it through with my fingers and brush it out. That way it looks closer to the texture of the actual bangs. And the technique I actually use is to part the hair a little in the middle and stick it down. Maybe even put a couple of pins and then clip the piece on top so that your own hair doesn't come out from under the bangs, it's pushed to the side, and that's the trick. People often make the mistake of doing them very straight because they want it to sit straight, and that actually what that does is give a very hard edge to the bangs. Because our heads are round, it's actually better if you curve it slightly, and then the bangs will actually sit more in proportion with your features.